Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan, the little fuzzy, just off camera. Here, I'll lift her up. Here with Screenwriter's Rant, Dementer, Joan. Dementer. It's a very scary movie. It's a cult horror movie. It's billed as a cult horror movie. So let's take a look at the trailer. Again, I'm doing the trailers. I don't know why people get confused about that. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books. Links in the description. All available at Amazon.com. Trade paperback, ebook, Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, this is a cult horror movie. I think this woman was in a cult, is the premise, and then she gets a job caring for special needs adults, but the cult kind of follows her, and I think she's still doing weird stuff too. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe she's using the magic against the cult in order to protect. I think she's the good guy. I don't know. It's a little hard to parse here. It also looks like she may have lost her kids, which is typical in a horror movie. Like a character would be more vulnerable if they had lost all their kids. I'm kind of liking the cast because, I'm not seeing anybody here, and don't take this the wrong way, who looks like an actress, if you know what I mean. They're not cast because we got the most beautiful people imaginable. We got normal looking people, if you know what I mean, or at least people they made up or did make up to look very, very middle of the road normal, and I like that. It really grounds it in reality for me. Nothing threw me out of reality more than, I'll never forget watching SVU. You remember that show? Law and Order SVU, right? And they introduced the blonde lawyer. She's actually Australian, but she played an American. And let me tell you something. She's just smoking hot and on every level. And the first time she introduced her, I was like, holy cats. Holy cats. And that was a real problem on the show. Like everybody on that, like every actor in New York worked on Law and Order. But the actors they would pick for the leads, holy cow, they were beautiful. The most beautiful people imaginable. And I think that takes you out of it. It really does. So this really feels like it's grounded in reality because of that. And I think that's going to help with the horror portion of it. Plus, you have the vulnerable people with the special needs, right? They're going to be vulnerable to this, whatever. It's not made clear what the cult is, but there's definitely some blood involved and animal sacrifice and maybe other sacrifices. And you could see, you got to be wary that someone doesn't come along, some of the cult members don't come along and play around with the special needs people, right? That's this is a pretty interesting take, I think. I don't understand Dementer. I don't understand that name. Maybe because he's demented, and they do show a guy who's in charge of the cult, I think, or maybe he's dead. And then they show the woman running around naked, covered in mud, like maybe she escaped or she's part of a ritual. Kind of hard to see. There's not a lot here, but it is kind of intriguing because it's a little bit different. The soundtrack's good, acting's good. Everything points to this could be a very scary, disturbing movie. I don't want to be too. I don't like horror movies to be too disturbing. I want it to be scary, but not bloody, if that makes any sense. I don't like a lot of gore. Unnecessary gore, I should say. Obviously, it'd be a little bit of gore, but so the first act, I'm guessing she applies for this job, working for special needs, and gets it. But she has a bit of a past, and she's kind of got to gloss over that to get the job. And there's a little bit of suspicion, but she gets it. Then the second act, her past is coming back slowly, comes back to haunt her. Maybe some weird stuff starts happening. And she quickly realizes maybe the cult is chasing her, or whatever forces they unleash during the cult days are chasing her. So it's up to her to protect the patients. Seems that be a theme in the trailer. Then the third act, it's her versus the old cult. I think it's kind of hard to parse, but it definitely has some intriguing elements here. Something different, something pretty different. I don't believe I've ever seen a horror movie that takes place about a character who works with special needs. And that's really a key with horror, that you have people who are vulnerable. And that vulnerability, you're going to be in it going, oh God, no, don't attack the special needs people. Don't, evil forces, stay away from those people. Like, you feel more than, say, a normal person who you'd just be like, well, run away. Special needs person, I mean, that could be very confusing, right? And so this is a whole new area for me, at least. I don't know, maybe there's another movie like this, but that's could be, and it's a horror movie, but keep in mind, before you get bent out of shape, like, oh, that's disrespectful to the people who are special needs. Hey, first off, they're being actors in a movie. That's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, someone gave them permission, right? I don't know if they can, maybe, but that's pretty cool that they're in a scary movie. I assume they saw it. What are the rules with a special needs person seeing like a really scary horror movie, huh? That's an interesting topic. Well, anyway, that's it for me and Little Joan. We're going to get some dinner. Please check us out on Bitchute and Rumble today. News Blast and a pretty important video if you've seen my videos before. I can't tell you what it's about because YouTube is a-hole. We'll see you tomorrow.